Hello, I'm Greg Jarrett, and you were in the strategy room. Texas Senator Ted Cruz is throwing a bit of mud at Republican rival Donald Trump with a new Super PAC attack ad. Take a listen.
What does Trump think about Iowa?
How stupid are the people of Iowa?
Donald Trump, New York values, not ours.
You know, my views are a little bit different than if I lived in Iowa.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
Cruz is slipping in Iowa with less than a week to go until voters head to the polls. Will the ad help him gain back some of those voters? Joining us now with political analysis, David Mercer in D.C., and Brad Blakeman joins us via Skype. Welcome to you both.
Thanks.
All right, Brad, what do you think of Cruz's ad?
It's a great ad. Look, it's an Iowa ad. It's not a New York ad. And by the way, we'll never win New York. So the fact of the matter is, if you disrespect New York, it doesn't do harm if you're a Republican. And if that ad is in Iowa, Iowans don't like New Yorkers. They don't like what they consider to be liberal values of New York. So I think it's a very effective ad by Ted. It's the right ad at the right time, and I happen to think it's effective.
Yeah, David, before I ask your opinion of the ad, let's take a look at the latest poll among Republican primary voters. Trump is now at 34%, Ted Cruz is at 20%, and everybody else kind of falls behind. What do you make of the ad?
Well, I think that we see more of them as we're going to. It makes them both unattractively, to the maximum unattractive.
Why both?
Well, you're going to see ads against Cruz as well. And we already know that Cruz is very vulnerable to taking on hits in that he's gotten nothing done since he's been in the Senate. And you have a choice between the two of them, one showman and the other, a grandstander. So, I think it hurts when you have to go on the attack. And I think it leaves room in the middle for somebody to come up between them who's going to set a different tone, who's going to have items on the agenda that can get done, that will be seen to get done by that respective opposition opponent or opponent in the race. And neither of them are helping each other in going after one another like they are.
Yeah, Brad, he has, Donald Trump, been accused of being a sort of disingenuous chameleon who will say anything depending upon the time and the audience and so forth. And the ad at one point in time shows a clip of Trump talking about how pro-choice he is, sort of pro-choice all the way, or at least in every respect, I think were his specific words. What about that?
Well, Donald Trump can't run away from his record. Now, he claims now that he's had this metamorphosis and that he's more conservative than William Buckley. His record states otherwise in his campaign donations, in his support of Democrats, in his positions on issues. So Donald Trump is going to have to once and for all answer for that. And if he won't answer for it himself, then others have to bring it to light. And that's why I think these ads targeted to specific audiences may be very effective. And by the way, this may turn out to be the Aesop fable, the tortoise and the hare. Don't look at the bright, shiny object, to quote Obama. Look at the Rubios and the Kasichs in Iowa and New Hampshire, Kasich and New Hampshire. They're doing the groundwork with ground troops and motivating people, and they may be the sleepers in this whole thing.
David, it was just a few days ago that Donald Trump hauled off and said, I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and not lose any voters. And that offended a great many people. Just look at the internet commentary. But there doesn't seem to be anything that affects his loyal supporters. You find that different and curious.
I don't, because what we see Donald Trump doing is on the basis of media, and with shock treatment you get attention, and with attention you get high numbers in the polls, and you hope that translates to actually votes or delegates to win the convention come this summer. And the question really that's out there is, can he take voter enthusiasm and convert them to votes and caucus goers? And the jury is certainly out on that. And I think he's going to have trouble with that. And it will depend on whether Cruz, for one, can get the evangelical vote out, those that have been at caucuses before and know the drill, which Trump has not and doesn't have people around him that do. Right. So can he translate that media phenomenon in polls to actual votes and delegates?
Well, we're about to find out.
Yep.
The First in the Nation contest begins in less than a week. David Mercer, Brad Blakeman, thank you both.
Thank you.
For more on the 2016 presidential race, go to foxnews.com. I'm Greg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.